Hello there, this is Jean-Jacques Medastin bringing you Google Apps, the apps of the future. Google App is a breath of fresh air for small businesses. With Microsoft Office Home and Business 2010 costing $280, while Office Professional running $500 per license, small businesses were relieved to know that they can actually afford to run their business with Google Apps for the cost of $50 per user per year for the Premier Edition. Google Apps include Gmail, Google's Calendar, Docs, Sites, Video, Groups, and Wave apps. Gmail and Calendar are already well known to the public. Docs covers word processing, spreadsheets, presentations, drawings, and forms. Sites can be used to create a website, collaborate on a wiki, or build out a business intranet. The research. The idea for Google Apps was first brought to the founders of Google by Jean-Jacques, who was a former Microsoft employee. It was rejected at first because it did not fit the business model, but eventually, Jacques managed to convince Page and Brand to develop the apps, although they wanted a more robust and complete set of apps. The development. The target audience was the small businesses who could not afford to pay the licenses fee per user imposed by Microsoft for their Office suite. This innovation fits in perfectly with the cloud computing concept as it helps bridge the digital gap between the haves and the have-nots. The general public gets to use it for free while their work is hosted by Google, still at no charge to them. Potential users, however, are not totally confident that Google can deliver on all their business needs. The commercialization. According to network.com, only 4% of businesses have adopted Google Apps so far as their primary Office productivity tools, despite its affordability compared to Microsoft Office. The slow adoption is not due, however, to a diffusion problem, but rather to the fact that Google Apps lags behind Microsoft products in terms of their sophisticated functionality features. Now let us take a look at the Google Apps S-curve data presented by Jean-Jacques Medastin. August 2006, Google expanded on this service and developed Google Apps for your domain, incorporating more recent Google services, including Google Calendar, Google Talk, and Google Page Creator. Later, Google added a Start page to all accounts, which is based on their iGoogle service. October 2006, Google allowed educational institutions to sign up for the service as well, which was retitled Google Apps for Education. A large implementation of Google Apps is at Lakehead University in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, where 38,000 users have Gmail and in-browser IM capabilities. February 2008, Google announced that Google Sites will be available to domain hosted by Google Apps. Google Sites allows collaborative editing of websites and permits users to upload images and videos to their site. April 2009, Google added theme support to the Mail interface. June 2009, Google introduced Apps Sync for Microsoft Outlook, enabling companies running Microsoft Exchange Server to migrate their email boxes from Exchange to Google Apps. September 2009, Google announced that it will provide GovCloud, which will host Google Apps in a separate data environment with enhanced encryption for meeting state and government security standards. May 2010, Google announced that Google Wave would be available to domains hosted by Google Apps in next generation only US English. Google Wave is a live shared space on the web where people can discuss and work together using richly formatted text, photos, videos, maps, and more. Update: 2 months later, August 4, 2010, Google Senior Vice President also announced that Google will cease development of Google Wave. This concludes, ladies and gentlemen, my brief introduction to Google Apps, the apps of the future, the apps for people like you and me.